All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Not Life. My name is Adewale Booker Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. Today, we're going to continue to talk about these awesome superheroes. And next on the docket is Mantis. A lot of y'all don't even know who that is. This character was based on a 1994 TV show I used to watch, starring Carl Lumbly. It's a cult classic, man. Without this show, it came before Blade movies. It came before the Spawn movies. It came before Black Panther movie. Man, it was the same Carl Lumbly that stars as the Martian Manhunter in the DC universe. This show was off the chain great, man. Both will get into this podcast. We want to thank our sponsors. This Son of Vision podcast is brought to you by Anadel for the ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel for the ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I always got these in I got Anadel custom orthotics in every pair of boxers that I wear because I got my own footwear line now. So there's no need to wear anybody else's. Why should I wear somebody else when I can wear my own? And every time I wear my shoes, I always wear my custom orthotics built by Anadel Center. Go see Dr. Neuro Frisco, Texas. Make your appointment at AnadelCenter.com, y'all, and get your feet where they need to be and make them happy. So, y'all, that's our sponsors right there. So let's get into this Mantis, man. I'm super, super excited, man. As I stated before, it's a cult classic. With Mantis, it's kind of different, right? So I'm going to talk about the origins of the character, the history, the powers of the character, TV shows. I don't know of any comics. I'm back to this, still fighting this cough. You know what I mean? But this TV show was off the chain. It was one of the most incredible shows. It was just inspiring, man. Carl Lumbly starring as Mantis. Basically, the whole gist of it. Let's talk about his origins, man. First of all, I got to show you who Mantis is, because I'm going to show you the TV show eventually. But y'all got to see this dude. Dude, that's Mantis right there. Oh, my God. For a lot of y'all who say that, you're like, oh, my God, 1994. That was the jump off. Carl Lumbly. So basically, Carl Lumbly plays this guy named Miles, Dr. Miles Hawkins, all right? So the history of the character is really based on the TV show itself from the 1994 series. One season, I believe it was, I'm going to check it right now. Excuse me, y'all. It was, let's see, 34, no, it was 19 episodes, I believe. Yes, 1994. Let me see here. 1994 is when it started. I want to make sure. It was, I know it. Yep, I was right. Excuse me. 21 episodes of awesomeness. The show starts off great. It finishes kind of sketchy. The way it ends is kind of like, for those of us who really follow superhero genre stuff, we're all looking like, how do you kill? I can't even tell you. Y'all go watch it. And then, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, what? You know what I mean? But Mantis, man, oh my God. The breakdown of this character. Okay. So it's played by a gentleman named Carl Lumbly, of course, as you know, stars as Mantis. But he plays a character named Dr. Miles Hawkins. So basically, Miles Hawkins, what happens to him is that the superhero TV show, basically, Mantis was an American superhero TV show series that aired one season on the Fox network, which is where it was, between August 26, 1994 and March 3rd, 1995, with its final 2 episodes airing on Sci-Fi on September 7th and September 14th, 1997. The original 2-hour TV pilot was produced by Sam Raimi and developed by Sam Raimi. So Sam Raimi, the same guy who did Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, was actually the one who did this TV show. And yes, he's also the guy who directed Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I think I'm saying that right. But, yo, it was sick as hell, man. Now, the history of this character, you know what I'm saying? The origins of the character is that right there. So basically, the origins is Dr. Miles Hawkins. He's a doctor. He gets hit by a bullet just minding his own business, man. So wealthy, outspoken scientist Dr. Miles Hawkins is shot in the spine by a police sniper during a riot while trying to rescue a child, leaving him paralyzed, waist down, and he has to use a wheelchair. So that's basically how the Mantis suit was born. So once he gets injured, instead of being simmering in his own misery and just being miserable, He sues the department, police department, wins the lawsuit, takes the money, which he already had money. Suddenly builds this exoskeleton, right, known as Mantis, and the acronym of Mantis stands for Mechanically Augmented Neurotransmitter Interception System, because he was paralyzed from the waist down. So by putting on this suit, it gave him the ability to walk. But not only that, it enhanced everything as a human: strength, speed, agility, guile, stealth. And then he had these I want to call them like things that he shot, these darts that he shot off, man. Oh my God, Mantis was so sick. Just talking about it gets me amped up, man. So then, which leads to the history of the superhero. So what he does is protect this city called, it's based in this city called Columbia. I want to call it, it's like based in the Columbia, Washington, D.C. area, British Columbia, basically, is where the show takes place. So then the history is that he defends the city against numerous villains, scumbags, just defending the city, just like kind of like Batman, man. I mean, Carl loved me every time. It was so cool. This character Mantis helped to create the character known as Cajun on the Carjack Assassin universe. This is where I got the idea of having a superhero that built this armor based on himself. And really, this character really infused a lot of, how can I say this, man? I don't want to use the word hope, but enthusiasm. A lot of African Americans like, whoa, there's a superhero, and he's not selling drugs. He's not fighting drug dealers. He's actually fighting bad guys in the whole mainframe of the whole city. I mean, it was just, oh my God, it was just so sick. You know what I'm saying? And his history is like, he goes through. So as I stated before, okay, so after losing his lawsuit against the police department and discovering the evidence of the vast conspiracy against the African American community, he angrily undergoes a change in political philosophy and uses his company's resources to invent forming the combination of powered exoskeleton and bulletproof body armor, and only enables him to walk, but wearing the process endows him with superhuman strength, speed, agility, plus the ability to fire non-lethal paralysis darts from his wrists. God, it was so sick, y'all. Using a vast array of technology, including a secret underwater lab called C-Pod. Oh, he had this cool vehicle. I wait till I get to that right there. And beneath this, beneath his secluded seaside mansion and flying submarine, I'm not gonna tell you all that, called the Chrysalis, to travel around the city and defending it, man. And he basically, and then he had an array of characters too. His buddy was with him, Roger Rees, rest in peace. He was like John Stonebreak. He was basically like his brother who could help him build the technology suit, but he was the main brains behind it. A smart mouth, streetwise young bicycle guy named Corey Taylor Savage, played by Christopher Gatton, and then police detective Laura Maxwell, Galen Gord. Rest in peace, Galen Gord, and rest in peace also too Roger Rees. I mean, Roger Rees passed in 2015 and Galen Gord passed in 2020. Rest in peace to those amazing human beings. This show was a pioneering show. And y'all ain't gonna believe this. This show, I think, it went through a lot of changes from the beginning to the end was weird. Even the intro changed. I always thought the first intro was the best intro, which I'm gonna show y'all both today. It was just off the chain, man. And so this guy right here, man, it's just a sick character. And as his history, as I said, as he went through as the season episodes went, you came to realize that what was happening in this show was a pioneering show, a pioneering superhero, because he was completely original. Just out of nowhere, all of a sudden you see a dude, you're like, what the? Because it wasn't your typical. If any of you ever watched, there was a movie called Meteor Man. You can't compare Meteor Man to Mantis. Those were totally two different things. I promise you, if you were trying to remake Mantis today, there'll be so many people clamoring for it. I'm clamoring for it. I mean, I wish there was a comics I could tell you about, but I never seen no comics of Mantis. Unless it's something I've never seen. Now, I might have to Google it. You never know. But Mantis is a sick superhero. His history is just so cool. And the way he defended the city. So basically, he was kind of defending the part of the city. It's part of attached to Washington. I feel like it's British Columbia is basically what he's defending. And it was so cool how he was a scientist. He could build his own armor. He would transform it in this guy that was a wheelchair. And I think he resonated with a lot of people that had any disabilities. I mean, dude, this guy was incredible. And he spoke to me in a way just like, you know what, just because, and I've been paralyzed before, so I know what that feels like. Partial paralyzation. There is nothing cool about that, man. So to watch him build this armor, even though it was a TV show, it just so resonated with me, man. I mean, the armor, the whole costume, and then it didn't look cheap either. It looked like it cost a lot of money. Like, and for it to be on Fox, that was another pioneer. I'm like, are you kidding me? So sometimes when I hear from people that, oh, this person is this radio state, this TV station, they're diverse. No, they're not, because you're diverse. You'd have put Mantis on your TV show. You know what I'm saying? You had African American, a Colombian African American starring in 1994 on a superhero TV show. I'm like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. So that's the history of Mantis. It's not a character that we knew about the comics from the 1950s or the 60s, like Black Panther, Blade, and Luke Cage. No, this dude came out of nowhere in 1994. Boom, just dropped on our lap. I'm like, oh my god. So that's the history of Mantis. Now let's get Now let's get into the powers of this guy right here. This dude, I want to call it powers and abilities. You know what I'm saying? Mantis is sick. So as I stated before, when he creates this suit, okay, the suit allows him to, it gives him, okay, superhuman strength, agility, gallant strength. He's bulletproof to a certain extent, as long as the bullets don't shatter, don't ricochet and hit any of the mechanical parts of the suit, right? Those are the things that you saw in the TV show. As I stated before, the Mantis suit is known as, Mantis stands for, I'm going to say it again, Mantis stands for Mechanically Augmented Neuro Transmitter Interception System, right? So, change the Mechanically Augmented Neurotransmitter Interactive System as the series went, because they changed again. So, as the series went, the original name was Mechanical Augmented Neurotransmitter Interception System. But as the show went, they changed it to Mechanical Augmented Neurotransmitter Interactive System, and to find justice for himself and others. So he was basically like Batman, man. They took some from him, and his powers included super strength, as I said before, speed, agility, plus the ability to fight those non-lethal paralysis dart, man. And he was kind of bulletproof. Then he had these scanners in his face visor, man. He could read, intercept things. He could see long distance. He had night vision. God, he was so sick. Just thinking about it makes me want to be like, are they going to ever remake this show? I mean, and then not to mention his brilliance as just Dr. Miles Hawkins, right? Clever guy, could come up with ways to fight his enemies, come up with concussions, whether it was technologically or whether it was scientifically. He would always come up with ways. He was always leading his team, him and his buddy John Stonebreak, who was played by Roger Reeves, rest in peace, man. And then of course at first the lieutenant, who was not on his side, and as the show went, she got on his side. So his powers are just, oh my god, this dude is. And I don't know if galvanization and apathy could be a power. Mantis definitely had those, man. This character was incredible. It's just one of those shows that you're just like, huh? What? This is actually happening right now? Because it was unreal. The abilities he had, I'm surprised he didn't get any corny powers, especially for back then in 1994. It wasn't exactly the most progressive. And people can say 1994, yeah, 1994, it still wasn't that progressive. It's not what we have today, where we have, when you drop a movie like a Black Panther and it just becomes globally and critically acclaimed and just a massive. So basically, the success of Blade, the success of Black Panther, the success of Spawn were all based on the success of Mantis. If you don't see a superhero like that, you wouldn't think that you could have that. That's, as of course, Spawn was played by the great Michael J. White. Blade, of course, played by Wesley Snipes, of course, my favorite Marvel superhero. My favorite superhero, aside from the Carjack for Assassins characters, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Black Panther played by the late, great Chadwick Boseman, then also eventually played by Letitia Wright. But yo, you wouldn't have none of them other characters if Mantis TV show was not popping, man. So you know what I mean? That's the powers right there. And it's just an oversight of the whole thing. Now, comics, I can look into it, but I don't think there's any comics. I've never seen any comics. I don't even remember ever seeing a comic. Mantis comic. I'm actually going to look it up. Comic books. I would doubt it. Yeah, it ain't the one. Not the Mantis that you would come up with would be the one in Guardians of the Galaxy, and that ain't the one we're talking about, man. Yeah, that ain't the one we're talking about. So you know what I'm saying? That's why I focused on TV shows. So next up is TV show Mantis. Oh my God, y'all! I can't even tell y'all how good this TV show was. 1994, one season. I don't care if a show is one season and 5 episodes. Just you getting a pilot is hard enough. But to have 22 episodes, you know what I'm saying? And the way the last episode ended really pisses me off. But it still doesn't take away from what I feel like this show is, a cult classic. This is something that should be in the archives of coolest shows of all time. And I've done a previous TV show back in the past where I did my top I think it was top 10 TV shows of all time. Superhero TV shows of all time. Mantis was in there, man. I'm sorry. Mantis was such a cool show. Like episodes like, of course, the first episode was they don't even show the first episode. Season 1, episode 2, Tango Blue. Episode 3, Days of Rage. Ceasefire is episode 4. Episode 5 is Soldier of Misfortune. Episode 6, Gloves Off. Number 7, Black Dragon. And he didn't fight corny characters, man. He fought some legit deals, except for the last episode, which made no sense. You know what I'm saying? Episode 8, To Pray in Darkness. Episode 9, Fire in the Heart. Episode 10, Thou Shalt Not Kill. Episode 11, Revelation. Episode 12, Through the Dark Circle. He even fought some aliens. I remember that stuff. Oh my God, he fought some on episode 12, Through the Dark Circle. He fought some aliens, y'all. Oh, it was off the chain. Episode 13, it's just called episode 13. Episode 14, Faces in the Mask. Let me see. Episode 15. They stopped naming this stuff. Episode 16 had no name. Episode 17, Switches. Episode 18, The Illusionist. Episode 19, Fast Forward. Episode 20. That was just called that. You even fought this pizza guy. I was trying to remember what episode. Then of course, episode 21, Ancestral Evil. Then of course, episode 22, which was the last episode. But on the last episode, it was weird how it ended, man. But I'm gonna still show it to y'all, man. Y'all, the Mantis TV show was just off the chain. So I'm gonna play y'all the intro. Y'all got to see this. It's just, oh my God. It's just off the chain great. y'all, and that's Mantis right there, man. I mean, that show was off the chain. Oh my God, it was. When I say it was off the chain, it was off the chain. And another thing I didn't even talk about. Not that I'm forgetting it. I can't believe I'm forgetting this. But his car, the chrysalis. Let's talk about the chrysalis. Where can I find this thing right here? Oh my God, where is it? Okay, so he had a flying car / submarine. It was a flying car that could go through the city, but it could also go underwater. So it was called the chrysalis. It was so sick, man. He was basically Batman, man, without the cape. And he had a magnetic, like the mask thing. The TV show, off the hook. I know if you've never seen it, please go watch it. And even if you get to the last episode and you feel some kind of way about it, just let it go, man. Just enjoy the first 21 episodes. Just knowing that this show was off the rip. I can't remember. I've watched it over again, and I felt the same way I felt about the first time. The last episode pissed me off, but it was still okay with me. The energy of the show, the fortitude, just the sheer creativity of the show. Then he had his own base, just like Batman 2 was underwater. Oh my! It was. Let me see. What was the Sea Pod, the underwater place, his base of operation was called the Sea Pod. Then his vehicle was called the Chrysalis. It was so sick, man. He ran on oh my God, this crystal thing that made the vehicle to run. So, and then it was connected to a suit too. He was just flying through the city. It was so cool. I don't even know how to describe the vehicle, man. I gotta see if I can find the Chrysalis from the TV show. I might be able to find it, man. Let me see here. I might be able to find it. Y'all give me a second. Let me see. I might be able to find it. Because if I find it, we looking. We find. Oh my God. Let me see. I know one thing. Let's see here. I can't find the Chrysalis, but that's okay. Because this show is so greatly underrated. It went from 1994 to 1995. It finished off on the Sci-Fi Channel with the last 2 episodes. For those of y'all who don't remember the Sci-Fi Channel, one of the that's Mantis right there. Oh my God. I'm telling you right now, I am so going on somewhere to find this TV show to buy it, man. I gotta have this in the ledger. It's so sick, man. And it aired. So basically, it aired from. So it started off on Fox. It aired on August 26th, 1994 to March 3rd, 1995. Its final 2 episodes were aired on the Sci-Fi Channel September 7th and September 14th, 1997. I stated before. It was sick, man. It was produced and directed by Sam Raimi, the same guy who did Spider-Man, the original ones with Tobey Maguire, and then also who did Doctor Strange, Madness in the Multiverse. You know what I'm saying? And it was starring Carl Lumbly. So you had Carl Lumbly, Roger Rees, Christopher Garland, Galen Gord, rest in peace, Roger Rees and Galen Gord. It was just a sick show, and I love the intro sound. It really, even just listening to that helped me to create the Card of Assassin Universe one. So Mantis, man. If you've never watched it, please go watch it. It's the sickest thing you are going to see. It is spit fire, man. It's just because back in the 90s, man, there was a lot of cool initiated shows. I think when I think about it now, instead of thinking that a lot of stuff that was corny, no, it was actually courage to create those shows, because those shows are the reason why you have today's shows and the cool movies and all this other stuff that you're seeing now. Now there's an abundance of TV super shows. Like, if not for shows like this, Arrow, Flash, Black Lightning, Supergirl, God, countless ones that I can't think of right now. You wouldn't have them, man. So Mantis is a pioneering superhero, but not only that, a pioneering TV show. So that's Mantis, man. Starring Carl Lumbly. God, Carl Lumbly I hope I one day get to meet Columbia. I would tell him, sir, you don't know what you did for me. You helped me to create the Julian Jones character, Jones Phoenix character, excuse me, from the Cards of Assassin universe. Billionaire industrialist, creates this armor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love Iron Man, but there was something about Mantis that brought everything full circle. So, you know, I integrated a lot of Mantis into my character, the Cajun character. A lot of the attributes of Dr. Miles Hawkins, I put him in the Cajun character, Jones Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? He had his own money, was independent. He didn't have to take any orders from anybody. You know what I mean? So, yo, the show was awesome. If you've never seen it, please go see it, so you too can become a Mantis fan. I mean, it's a cult classic, y'all. Oh my God. Even in one of the episodes, he actually got thrown into the future, 32 years in the future. As I stated, y'all, he fought aliens. He was thrown into the future. He had to fight his own doppelganger one time. That was wild, y'all. This show was, oh my God. Basically, in the future, I'm just going to little skip it, y'all. He was thrown into an episode in 32 years in the future where he finds his own technology has been exploited to create a supercomputer called Side-Eye, which has enslaved the Port Columbia population. He destroys and sets the human population free before returning to his own timeline. In the series finale, he's trapped by him and Laura, the detective, are trapped. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. And his buddy John Stonebreak seals the records and the technology that has created Mantis, thus averting apocalyptic future. Y'all go watch it. I'm not going to tell you what happened in the last episode, but that's all I'm going to say right there. A lot of us fans that enjoyed the show, we all went and watched it. We all loved it. It's still a show I can watch right now. It just gets me excited, man. So, you know, that's Mantis. That's our show for today. So his history, his origins, his history, his powers and abilities. There's no comics because I tried to find it, but there was none. But the TV show, for sure. Because that's what this whole thing was about. Really, it was really about the TV show, man. That's really what I want to talk about. So I'm glad y'all had a chance to listen. But before we get up out of here, we're going to talk about the new cool stuff that we have. You know what I'm saying? I always like to take notes. So y'all, let's talk about the cool stuff, new stuff that we have. Man, I've been waiting a long time to show y'all this right here. The puffer jacket. It's our new toy in town. The puffer jacket. It is sick, man. You know what I mean? Look at this, man. It's so cool. Look at the left arm right there. Look at the right arm right there. And this is a classic Cards of Assassins classic puffer jacket combined with a version 5. Look at the back, y'all. Oh my God, puffer jackets. You ain't never seen a puffer jacket this cool, man. I mean, and then I know you're wondering how does it fit. So I'm gonna try it on and let you see how it fits. It's pretty cool. Oh my God. When I say comfortable, it is comfortable. Woo-wee. Look at that, man. You know what I mean? So puffer jackets, y'all. That's what we're doing over here. Yes, and if you love keeping your stuff, we got wallets too. All kinds of wallets, man. Yeah, I've got this is my wallet. So you know you can see my receipt I'm holding over there, but it's my wallet. Premium 100% leather, man. All kinds of characters, Cards of Assassins, Blade, Iron Man, Batman, you name it, we got it, man. You know what I mean? So these things, the puffer jacket, the beanie that we got right here, you know what I mean? And here's another item right here. The Bata Sport ones. This is our new toy in town. We redesigned it, made it even more cooler. I mean, look at this thing, man. Oh my God, it's so comfortable. I love these shoes. I love wearing them to exercise. I love wearing them for general wear. They make my feel great. I was saying before, I used to have a lot of foot pain, so I'm not just gonna wear just anything. If I'm gonna wear something, I'm gonna wear something that's make me comfortable. So these Bata Sport ones are that and a bag of chips, man. And you know, I always design my shoes, man, to look super cool. So you got the Cards of Assassins Classic on this side. Then when you flip it, you have the Cards of Assassins on this side. Yes, it comes in a pair. So even on the left foot, check that out, y'all. You know what I mean? And then you flip it on the inside. Look at that, man. Oh, it's so sick, man. I get a lot of compliments on these shoes, man. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? So that's the new stuff that we got. We got the beanies, we got the sweaters, we got the puffer jackets. You know what I mean? God, this puffer jacket is so cool. I know y'all know it's cool. Go get one. on SoundVision.com. And these jackets come in multiple characters, man. Whether it's Blade, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, Mega Man, you name it, I've got it out there, man. You know what I mean? I got it on the website, SoundVision.com, y'all. So that's the new stuff we got today. So I want to thank y'all for listening. But before we get about here, we got to focus on the new Cardiac Assassin comic book that's coming out. As always, I told you before, I'm very, very, very excited about the future of the Cardiac Assassins universe. This first comic book is going to be a doozy, man. It's going through correction phases right now. It's so sick. I'm so proud of it. To have created it, to have worked on it this long, and for it to come out the way it's coming out. It's so sick. And then to top that off, I'm also working on new animation intro. That's right. You know what I'm saying? My game, I got a game and I'm going to use it, man. Well, I'm not going to wait for nobody to do nothing for me. I'm going to do it myself. That's how I've gotten this far. I wouldn't have gotten this far if I'm waiting on people to do stuff for me. And then another surprise. We officially have a podcast logo. So you know, we're going to be dropping it on episode number 150. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, it's going to be a sick looking logo. Everybody's going to want that on the t-shirt. You're going to be clamoring for orders. So, you know what I'm saying? Cardiac Assassin comic book. Get your pair. This bio book right now is available on SoundVision.com. You can get it because you want to understand what's going on in Cardiac Assassin. So when the first official Cardiac Assassin comic book comes out, you're going to be like, oh my God, I actually know these characters. But you ain't really going to know the characters. It's going to take a while. And if you want to know the characters, you got to get this bio book, man. As you can see, it's going to show you all the characters from the Cardiac Assassin side of town, the heroes. Then, of course, you got the assassins, man, up to no good. You know what I'm saying? Led by Lord Sanusi. You know what I mean? So, Cardiac Assassin Bible, man. Get your copy today at SoundVision.com so you can be ready when the first official Cardiac Assassin book comes out, man. So, I want to thank y'all for listening. This has been an awesome episode talking about Mantis, the superhero. I know I could only focus on the TV show, but at least I had a lot of stuff to talk about in terms of this TV show. So, before we get about here, I want to thank our sponsors. This SoundVision podcast is brought to you by Anadale for the Nackle. Don't live with foot pain. The Anadale for the Nackle. Make your feet happy again. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Booker Jr. Please check out our website at SoundVision.com for all the cool stuff we got. From beanies to sweaters to bomber jackets to Battle Sport Ones to the puffer jackets we just got in. To bio comic books, man. We doing everything, man, on SoundVision.com. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing I ain't making. Now, we pretty soon, you never know what might show up with water bottles. You know what I mean? You never know what we're doing, man. We're already doing greeting cards. That's right, greeting cards. So when Christmas comes around or you got birthdays coming around, SoundVision.com, the superheroes are endless, man. We got to get with that. You know what I mean? And so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel on SoundVision.com because I've shifted it. I realized a long time ago, people like seeing and hearing, not just hearing. So shift it to YouTube. And I put the episodes on Facebook. So subscribe to our YouTube channel at Sinus Vision. That way, the newest episodes, you can always get the latest news episodes. And you can always go to our website at soundvision.com. The very same episode that's on my YouTube channel is on my website. You'll see the most famous, the most recent episode is always on our website. Always. So visit soundvision.com. You can listen to the whole thing on soundvision.com because we live in a visual society, man. And podcasts have transitioned from being on Apple, Spotify, whatever. I'm not gonna just stay where the past is. I'm gonna go where the future is, man. And please check out our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all at SoundVision. Facebook and YouTube, all at SoundVision. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. If you ain't got a social media platform, you are way beyond the 8 ball, man. Use social media for what you need for, not for all the bullshit that goes on there. I don't have time for the BS that goes on there. I post on there, and I'm on there as long as it takes for my video to load. Once my video loads, I'm up out of there, man. You know what I mean? So, social media is where it's at. Been on it for a while. It's working for me. It works, and it's going to keep working. So, follow us. Tell all your friends, whoever you know that loves my show. Subscribe to all my various podcasts. And I'm the main three I've come to realize it's TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Yes, you got Twitter, also known as X. I know I keep calling it Twitter, but you know what? I guess I got to start calling it X now. It's kind of weird, but I'm going to call it X. But I don't... And Instagram. But I feel like those initial three, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, are the main three. I feel like Twitter is there, and so is Instagram. You know what I mean? So, and also there's Twitch too. You got. There's so many social media platforms. You got to get with it because that's where people are at. You're likely to have a conversation, text somebody on a social media platform, and them answer you. Then you actually sending somebody a text I don't know what's up with that, but that's what's going on, man. That's just the world we're living in. So, you know what I mean? And please, don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.